So Grant, on that notion, your first lesson.
All right. So the lesson in summary is only invest in assets that you know and understand. So this kind of hit home, Charlie, with it might be related to like some crypto investments that I'm just like, so I understand a decent amount with tech. Like I'm pretty good with tech, and I understand like layer ones and layer twos when it comes to crypto and things like that. There are some things around utility, and there are some things about what's a good one, what's a bad one, and how does this apply to the real world that I'm not that aware of. And so I still went in with, I don't know, the speculation that it could go well, which it didn't go well, and I probably lost 80% of the value that I had sitting in there. However, I put it down as I can't sort of sook about it. I just have to kind of suck eggs, because it was something that I mildly knew, like probably better than most people who get into crypto. I knew probably more than them, but I still didn't fundamentally understand how it was used, what I was investing in. It was, I just treated them all the same. If it was a crypto, it was a crypto. It didn't really matter. And hence why some worked out horrifically and others worked out not as horrifically, but still bad. And so that was my main lesson, which was only invest in assets you know and understand.
Which I believe is a Warren Buffett quote as well, while we're on quoting things in this episode. Do you know what I find so interesting about this being your first lesson learned here? I would say you are the person in my life that understands, in this case, crypto the most. And your huge amount of tech experience also, I suppose, transferred over well. So for you to be comfortable in building a SaaS business, you're building something invisible on the interwebs, where it's like this kind of crypto thing shared that same thing. And I would almost say, because your SaaS background worked out so well and has been such a strength, I can see how the allure of this being another huge win for you could work. At what point what highlighted you didn't understand it as well as you thought you did?
When the price of things were dropping and I had no idea why. So usually you can put together a narrative, right? Like recently, like Meta shares or Facebook shares have dropped, and there's a narrative that you can sort of understand around it. Okay, cool. You're trying to invest in the metaverse. It doesn't have crazy utility, so we will show you a price reflective of our speculation. These things had none of the such. It was just, okay, some big account got hacked, and so now all prices tanked because people just aren't confident about it. But it just hits everything. It was these stories that I was trying to understand why particular coins or particular things weren't increasing compared to other things, or decreasing when other things were decreasing less. And me just going, this is just so many people just getting in and getting out on things that I just have no awareness of. And
That's
so
such a good distinction. Such a good distinction. It's like if you have a SaaS company, it's like, oh, they got a contract with Amazon. I can work out why that went up. Completely. Or, hey, they just lost a big client. I can work out why this went down. Where it's like you had no ability to connect, I suppose, activities and narrative with price action.
Totally. And so the challenge that I continue to sort of think about on this one, which was a huge lesson, is, when you start diving into a business, right? Like having an online business or selling online services, right? And you go, great, I could come out with another business and it would be successful. And as long as it's kind of related to that thing, it should be pretty good. But then if you try to open, I know you used the example previously around like open a restaurant, like the skills don't transfer as much. And so for me, I thought it was so close to my technical background that I could understand it, and in my mind I could connect the utilities of where it could get to. Whether or not it's there now it's definitely not there now, is why I thought it was so closely entwined. However, I've learned that in this example, it was a huge jump because it's a completely different utility. It's a completely different piece of technology that just does not follow the same narrative as something else. And so I looked at this going, I thought they were closer aligned, but they definitely weren't. And so, yes, hence me realigning myself on this lesson of just going, yep, cool. I just need to understand it more and know it more before I dive into it.
You have to give crypto the PR award, right? It's they did an excellent job of storytelling and selling the future. What have you changed since?
So I, funnily enough, I should exit all my positions, but now it's just there because I'm a tech guy. I kind of want the reason to follow it. I feel like if I sold, ride or die. No, I feel like if I sold everything now, like it went up and then it sort of went down to where it is now, and I'm just like, you know what? I'll just be in the journey on this one. Like, I could have made more money if I sort of knew where the market was going, all those kind of things. But instead of me just selling out and saying good riddance to it, I'm like, cool, I'll still be there. I'll keep across the news and I'll see where this thing lands. But would I put more money into it? Probably not. Would I? No, I'll rewind on that. I potentially would, but holy smokes, would I do a lot of research and understanding before I ever got into it. Like, I'd have to know that this utility, so for example, the transactions or whatever they're trying to use on their layer, has got a use in the real world, not in 10 years in the future, right? Like, does it have real world utility today that will continue to grow? If yes, I will seek to understand more, as opposed to maybe. It's like a solution looking for a problem, as opposed to a problem needs this solution. So that's how I've changed. Is I'm not putting more money in. I'm not looking to try and change coins or do anything like that. It's just going to sit there. If it goes to nothing, it goes to nothing. If it grows, it grows. It's more great. I love tech, and this is a good excuse for me to look. Hey, fellow business owner, if this topic and value-packed short video has resonated with you at all, and you want to dive deeper into creating wealth inside and outside your business, check out the full episode by clicking the link on your screen or in the description right now.